This is our last FRQ prep for Unit 3 on supply and the theory of the firm. So in this one, we're given a picture that shows us a few different curves, and it has prices going across and some dots and quantity of output and the price. So the first says this shows the short-run cost structure of a firm in a perfectly competitive industry, okay? And identify which ones are which by the following labels. Curve 1, Curve 2, Curve 3. So this one isn't too radical. Curve 1 is just the marginal cost curve. That's the only one that does one of these as a J shape. The other two, Curve 2 and Curve 3, are both U-shaped. But in our learning about this, we learned that you have a scenario where AFC plus AVC equals ATC. Right? That's kind of a truism here. So we know that average variable cost is less than ATC, and this one is U-shaped and this one is U-shaped. So AVC always has to be less than ATC. So this curve number 2 has to be ATC, and curve 3 has to be AVC. And it can't be FC because the FC curve is kind of an L shape. So now explain why curve 1 does each of the following as output increases. Initially decreases, finally increases. So why does that curve 1 come down? Why does it come down at point J, minimize, and then come all the way back up? So we could say for B1, we'd say because workers specialization, because of workers' specialization. So marginal cost decreases. For 2, because of fixed inputs, there are diminishing marginal returns. Diminishing marginal returns to the variable inputs. So there are diminishing marginal returns to the variable inputs because of the fixed inputs. And so that's why the cost structure is going to increase. So the marginal cost will start to rise. Part C. What measure of cost is represented by the distance between curves 2 and 3? Okay, let's go back up here to the top. The vertical distance between this line and this line. If you remember from that video, I talked about that this ends up being true, right? The AFC plus AVC equals ATC. So the vertical distance between these two lines is actually the AFC. So this is the AFC. And explain why the vertical distance decreases as output increases. Boy, this question's getting tough. So why is AFC decreasing as output increases? Because of the spreading effect. So what that means, right, the spreading effect, is we're spreading fixed cost over more output. Okay, we're spreading out fixed cost over more output. So hopefully that helps you make sense a little bit of FRQ prep number 3.